few years into his sentence, Haralan Popov was moved to what they called the pit. It was basically a hole in the ground where they kept prisoners so tight together they could hardly move, and he was in there for days and days and days with prisoners around him dying. And then one day he was called into the secret police office and they said to him, "Comrade Popov." And he said alarm bells went off in his head. They addressed him as comrade. They said, "We've decided to free you from the pit. We feel it would be more sensible." And he said he couldn't believe it. Such hope filled his heart. No more torture, no more rotting away in the pit. But then came the catch. The chief officer said, "We just want you to do a little favor for us. When we let you go, we want you to go back to the barracks and give us a written report on each of the prisoners and what they're talking about." And Popov's hope dissipated, and he writes this: "I knew this was the most decisive choice in my life, either to accept the invitation and be freed from the pit, or to decline to do the little favor and remain faithful to my God and retain the confidence of my fellow prisoners, and probably die in the pit." And he said for a moment he closed his eyes in silent prayer while the two men waited his answer. And suddenly God's word came to him from 1 Peter 1 verse 7 that said, "The trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perishes, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Jesus Christ." And so Popov says it was completely clear to me then that if I said yes, I would become an apostate and lose my faith and my hope in God. And so he said to the officers, "Never could I do that. Do what you want to me in this body, it is but clay, but I will never deny my faith." They threw him back in the pit. The fact that you're listening to this, friends, on your phone or reading it on the internet means you're not in a prison or in a pit. But more and more Christians are being forced to deny their faith. More and more Christians are being persecuted and forced to go against the things that we know to be true from God's word. And I wonder what our response will be. Will we take the easy route and just say and do what the world and the culture expects? Or will we, like Popov, be able to say, "Do what you want to me, but I will never deny my faith"? You know, Jesus said, "Whoever denies me before men, I will also deny before my Father who's in heaven." Hold tight to your faith, friends. And no matter how you're tempted to go against God, don't do it. Don't deny your faith, but stand up for the things of God. What a great reward you will get from God if you endure to the end and don't cave.